All right, Angelina asks, she says, I would love some chatter about wrapping up. Let me move this to make the screen bigger. Okay. My 11.75, so my almost 12-month-old has been in trainers for a month and signed potty for the first time today. We've been having a lot of success during the day and night, but only a few 100% days. Is wrapping it up what happens when they are fully independent? How would you suggest I wrap this up? Okay, so you have been doing, I'm not sure C4, Angelina, but um, you're almost at 12 months. You've had a first sign, which is great. And that could go away and come back and go away and come back. Sometimes they'll sign, sometimes they will never do it again until they're like 20 months old. You never know. But yay for the times they do. When they do sign, just keep signing every time you take them because it keeps them, keeps it front of mind. Like, this is my new signal when I go, mommy does this, so I'm going to do this too. So that's great. Keep that up. Trainers for a month. So that means you stopped using diapers during the day, and I'm not sure about night, but you've been having a lot of success, only a few 100% days. So from the months of 12 to 18 months, you're going to be actively wrapping it up. So that's what wrapping it up means. And I have a mini course on wrapping up EC that gives you a couple of ways to do that. What you're doing right now is wrapping. Why it's gradual. My cat just opened the door. Okay. The reason why it's gradual is because this is not potty training, this is elimination communication. And what we're working with here is a baby who is still developing. So between the months of, so short-term memory really starts to kick in 9 to 12 months, 14 months. It starts to, your baby's starting to work on, the brain development is starting to focus more on long-term repetitive memory. So from 14 to 18 months, some babies sooner, some babies on the later end of that, but that's sort of the bell curve. That's sort of the average. That's when long-term brain development or memory development happens. So the ability to sing back a whole song. At first, it sounds a little bit off, right? So my 20-month-old, for example, Branson, he sings Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, and he's finally able to get all of the tones and the sounds and what sounds like the words in his sort of baby language all in order. So he's finally able to get them all in order. Now at 14 months old, he could kind of say twinkle or kind of indicate what he wanted us to sing, but by 20 months he's got it, right? So that's what we're kind of looking at. Wrapping up is also in alignment with baby's development. So Montessori sensitive period for toilet learning is to begin and end during 12 to 18 months. They're not really into the EC thing. Montessori always looked at, when is this child completely like available mentally and physically to master this process? And that's why we take advantage of wrapping it up at this time. You're at the perfect time, Angelina, to wrap it up, and exactly what you're doing, just keep doing it. Now, wrapping it up does not look like they're fully independent and 100% every single day all the time. There are going to be times when the baby is sick or hasn't had enough sleep or something else is going on in your lives that disturb the process. And this is just the big picture of the baby. EC will give you more information than not doing EC. What you are going to be focusing on is maintaining no diapers during the day and continuing to sign every time you take your baby so that there's still that community, like we're handing off the baton. And over the next several months, you're going to be working at what part of the process seems missing or weak, or is the baby interested in working on. And you hold this part of it as a team, and eventually like your part of it gets smaller and their responsibility independence gets bigger over time. Usually by about 18 to 20 months, you will experience 90% independence, like maybe they just need help with their pants. So you're on the right track. I would just keep doing what you're doing. And definitely, if you need help with specific wrap ups, like if you would think that your child could use a quicker resolution, or you just really want more hand holding, there is the Wrapping Up EC mini course. It's very inexpensive and it's got a ton of information, but very concise. Like it would take you about an hour to go through it, not including the bonus footage. But let me just put the link there in the chat for anybody who's interested in that mini course. The mini courses were created when I surveyed all of you and asked what the biggest challenges with EC are, and the top 7 responses that I got are the things that I made the 7 mini courses on. And Let me just make sure this is the right link. So the wrap up course is because so many people said, well, how do I finish EC? And it's very important how to complete EC in 3 ways so you can be done. And so if you want to be done and you feel like it's time, you're intuiting it, then you can check that one out.